Hello, this is Sir Ron Lionheart, and today we are going to be playing Final Fantasy for the Game Boy. God, Sir Ron Lionheart's just so darn funny to me. I don't know what my obsession is with that Let's Player with like 10,000 subs. But anyway, let's point out the obvious here. There's no sound. I had a bit of a technical hiccup with this particular round of footage. It has to do with the PS5 controller. I've got a PS5, by the way. But anyway, Windows gets a bit confused when you plug in a PS5 controller for the purpose of using it as a gamepad, because it has the speakers built into it. So Windows will change your settings around so that the sound's coming out of the PS5 controller, and as a result, since the sound's not coming out of the computer, it didn't record any sound. So I'll just have to add in some sound, starting now. So this is gonna be an interesting experiment. I'm gonna pick out all the music for the next 10 minutes. I guess we could consider this Mongoose 1 Billion, the musical. Now you get to have a better sense of my unusual musical tastes, eh? I only listen to video game music. For some reason, synthcool is very militant against people who only listen to video game music. I mean, I guess I kind of get that, but still. So a downed character can't eat the transformative meat, unfortunately, so we gotta stay as this disgusting furry for just a little longer, sadly. Okay, let's do some inventory management. Now, I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but the way the robot works is the weapons can only be used for half as often with him. So, like, for example, you saw me hand him a weapon that had 40 uses, but he only gets to use it 20 times. I guess that's a balance thing, I guess you could call it. Because he's already naturally very powerful, so they gotta slow him down some other way. Oop, this is the wrong way, I think. Yeah. Get back in there, Garfield. That ain't where we're supposed to be. So, what do we got here? More of these guys? I figured, since we're playing an RPG, I might as well do some related RPG music. Is that the song from the Pokemon? I was always very partial to Gen 4. There were many things to do in that game, hundreds and hundreds of hours of content, and I was very appreciative of that. It was the Pokemon game that just kept on going. So with the whip that we gave Jasper, there's an additional balance concern, I guess you could call it. Because occasionally you'll wind the whip, which I guess is just the equivalent to missing, but I think it counts as multiple uses of the item, so that the number of times you can use it goes down very quickly. Okay, what do we got here? Got Fred Flintstone's favorite cereal. Remember that Oni Plays thing where Fred Flintstone was extremely angry about his fruity Pebbles, and where's my Pebbles? And you mean your wife? And no, where's my fucking cereal? Good stuff. So here's E-Honda's theme. Used to listen, well, I was gonna say I used to listen to this one on the bench press at the gym, but that never happened. But I used to fantasize about listening to this while using the bench press at the gym, so I guess that's just as good. It's the type of song that gets you amped up so you can get all big and muscly and have like fat muscles like E-Honda. I gotta put my boy E-Honda in Smash Bros. Slapping sumo. I'm just gonna slap the shit out of all those other soy boy characters. They got that wimpy Xenoblade character with "This is a good result," and just that Redditor shit. Yeah, I wanna go in there with E Honda and just smack him around a bit. Okay, here we go. Next song, a tough guy alert. Remember in my Pokemon Crystal Let's Play when I used this song as a creative form of censorship to cover up me saying something that I dare not repeat? I'll just leave it up to your imagination. And in some respects, I suppose it's a good thing that nobody watches this show. I can say whatever I want. So, did you notice that the new form is a wyvern, and it's the exact same sprite of that wyvern that we fought in episode 2? How about that? Full circle. And speaking of full circle, now we've got Final Fantasy music in a Final Fantasy game, no less. It's all coming back. So, on this topic, here's some Final Fantasy trivia. The original Final Fantasy on the NES was named that because they thought it was going to be the company's final game. You see, the company Square was in dire economic straits at that point, and it seemed very likely that they were going to go out of business, and so the original Final Fantasy was going to be their last game ever. But thankfully it didn't come to that, and now the series is still kicking 30 years later. I do enjoy these tunes. Some talented composers back then who worked on these simple chip tunes. They managed to make recognizable melodies with very limited tools. And now you don't get the chance to hear it. I just fucking took it away from you. Okay, we gained a few levels at least. Where's the next song? Oh, there we go. Pokemon. As Simpsons' Bill Cosby once famously said, Pokey and the Man. God, how many times have I made that joke on this show? It's just too easy to fall back on. So anywho, with all this copyrighted music we got going on here, I would definitely say that it's gonna be a miracle if this video can go up without getting content ID'd or blocked or having to replace certain songs with that YouTube public domain copyright free type of stuff. I'm taking quite a risk by making this, and nobody's even gonna see it. All this effort into part 3 of a Let's Play. Now, I'm not gonna tell you what this one is a remix of. Let you figure it out for yourself. I say as if anybody cares, but this one's a bit different in that it doesn't originate from a video game. We're mixing things up. So, switching topics here. Apparently, at the time of recording, today's the 80th anniversary of Pearl Harbor. Our ancestors fought and died so that I could make Let's Plays while working from home. That's what this was all about, so that future generations could talk over video games made by the Japanese. That's what they fought for. But anyway, yeah, I was just kind of shocked that they said 80 years. I mean, I was in high school when they had the 70th anniversary, and now here we are, 10 years later already. Did you see I winded the whip a second ago? Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. It goes down quite quickly. But anyway, yeah, I was just a bit surprised that a lot of the things that happened to me in high school are hitting their 10th anniversaries all of a sudden. I'm turning into an old man, I tell you. An old man. So this one's, I'm not going to tell you what this one is either, but this one's a MIDI remix of something from a game. I'll give you a further hint and say that it's a game that isn't particularly popular or well liked, because the YouTube sphere got to it first, and you know how they are. What the fuck is this? Remember to subscribe. How many halfway decent games have been ruined over the years by douchebag YouTubers just trying to get attention? Too darn many, that's how many. Okay, kinda surprised the fungus survived that blizzard blast. Speaking of blizzards, I read this thing once. You know how at Dairy Queen they have the policy where they have to turn the blizzard upside down, and apparently they had an employee there once who absent-mindedly had some regular ice cream that he tried to flip upside down, and it just fell onto the table. And uh-oh, there goes some ruffians. You saw 'em. They've already emptied all this loot. This was our loot, you fiends. I was the one who was supposed to steal it from whoever owns this castle. Well, anyway, this has been a fun experiment, a musical of sorts. This has definitely been one of the most editing-heavy episodes I've done in a while, and all on something that's gonna get, like 2 views? And even then, those views won't stay for more than a few seconds. They won't even get to the musical part, honestly, but I had fun, and that's what matters.